Hello, everyone. I hope this recording finds you well. For those of you who were on with me live earlier today, I so appreciate your patience. The universe did not mean for this training to go live today, so everybody's going to get the recording. So let me get my screen share up and running, and I will get you this amazing information. For those of you who've known me for a long time, for those of you who don't know me at all, I thought I would share just a little bit about myself. I'm a wife, as you can see, a mom of an 8-year-old and a mom to two amazing bonus children. I have a 25-year-old daughter and a 23-year-old stepson. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a peak performance coach for highly motivated women looking to level up in all areas of their life. I love to travel. And when I'm not making new memories with my family, I love to be out in my garden, loving all things bees. For most of my life, and I'm sure many of you may feel the same way, or you might not be here, but for most of my life, anxiety ran the show. Constant low-level anxiety, worrying about the what ifs, the future. Did I make the right decision? Is the right job going to come by? Whatever it was, I worried about it. And oftentimes, the what ifs were absolutely paralyzing. And my mom and I, to this day, joke that we used to be able to go to the bad place faster than anyone else. And I remember several years ago, my husband looked at me and he just said, I do not know how to help you when you're like this. I do not know how to fix it. And in the moment, I looked at him and said, I know I'm being completely irrational, but I don't know how to fix it either. And I had lived my life with severe limiting beliefs, a scarcity mindset, all of which sent me into a tailspin really more often than I used to like to admit. But despite this high level of anxiety and constant worry about the future, I was also a little girl who had incredibly huge dreams of living luxuriously, traveling the world with my family, learning about other cultures, and experiencing all the things that you can do with your family and your children. And I wanted to empower others while I did it, being able to give abundantly to causes I believe in. And I don't have brothers or sisters. So one of my huge whys my whole life has been planning a future that would allow me to take care of my parents as they aged and cover anything and everything that they may need. And before I ever got married, before I ever had children, I wondered, what job could I have? What could I do that would allow me to be a present wife, that would allow me to be a present mom? And I had no idea what that was. I knew that I was meant for more than the 9 to 5 grind, but I let my limiting beliefs stop me in my tracks and didn't follow the nudges, didn't follow the intuition that's been pushing me for so many years earlier in my life. And I'm sure some of you can relate to that. I settled for the mundane, for the 9 to 5 grind for years. I did what I was supposed to do. I went to college because that was not an option at my house. I went to graduate school. I got a good job with loan repayment. I got a second job. And in all outward appearances, everything was fine. Life was perfect. And really, my soul was dying inside. I knew that I was meant for more. I knew that I had dreams of starting a family. And like I said before, wanting to be present for those moments. And it wasn't until my daughter was 6 months old and I saw her crawl across the floor of the bathroom for the very first time. And I was so excited to tell her daycare teacher about it because, mind you, I was working full time. So she was in daycare full time. And I got there to tell them that she had crawled across the bathroom floor and how excited I was about it. And her teacher looked at me and she said, she did that yesterday. And I was absolutely crushed. And that fire inside of me to look and push for something more started when my daughter was 6 months old. But again, I let fear and doubt and all of my limiting beliefs stop me and just continued on that same path for many, many years. And it wasn't until the last few years that I had a mentor look at me and say, Corey, it's okay to want what you want. And I felt like this weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. And in that moment, I gave myself permission to create the epic life and follow the dreams that I'd always had and go for better. So I'm here to give you permission to live that great life and step into the fullest expression of yourself. Jen Sincero tells us, whatever we make ourselves believe, we experience it. And a limiting belief is truly, I want you to hear me here, is truly a lie that you have heard personally over and over again, or you have told yourself over and over again that your subconscious brain has taken as truth. And in order to overcome that, we have to figure out a way to allow our subconscious to accept a new truth. You're like, great, how do I do that? The first thing you have to do is become incredibly aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and how you feel inside your body when certain thoughts go through your mind. When you think of spring flowers or going on family vacations or having a new puppy, you may feel incredible joy and gratitude and abundance of all the things around you. And on the flip side of that, having an unexpected bill or being picked over for a promotion or an unexpected diagnosis may throw you into fear, anxiety, lack, and unworthiness. And being able to recognize how you feel in your body when things happen or when thoughts come across, you can very quickly recognize those limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs may also come across as feelings of anger, impatience, boredom. But as mothers or parents or people in high stress jobs, these may be overwhelm, worry, unworthiness, fear of the future. And for many, many years, I didn't feel worthy of going for my goals. I made myself wrong for wanting more money, for wanting to travel to luxurious places, to live well, and I felt guilty about not just being content with what I had. And I can't tell you how many times I heard from my family or those closest to me over and over, it's not about the things, or you need to get a good job and get a good education and stay on this path and stay in this job for security and benefits and healthcare. You know, get off that dreamy path. And I hear from my clients so often this resonating with them. They've been told or they believe deep down inside that they're not worthy of going for those goals or somehow they're not capable. And oftentimes these thoughts and beliefs continue for generations. So I challenge you today, if this is you, if this is how you grew up, if this is how you feel, this is your opportunity to pivot that and to make a new truth for yourself. And if you happen to have children, start steering them in a different direction when they say, I can't, I'm not capable, I'm not worthy. So I'm here to help you create a new truth. Now, if you believe in a higher power, insert your language here. It could be universe, source, God, whatever you believe in. The universe knows that you are already fully capable, fully worthy, and absolutely more than enough to go for any big goal that you have, for any dream that you have, and that your desires would not be put in your soul if you were not capable of them. So this is your opportunity to stop making yourself wrong for wanting more for your life. Do you often tell yourself, "Oh, I can't spend money on that," or "That's not worth it," or "I'm not capable of that. I don't have the skills for that job. I'm not smart enough." Either way, I want to take a few minutes to journal about what's come up for you. Journal about the limiting beliefs that have shown up, journal about any of your fears, and we'll continue on in just a second after that journal activity. Now, if you need more time, don't hesitate to pause this recording and journal, write down anything and everything that's come up for you. Oftentimes, as soon as we try and go for a goal, or we push harder, or we take that leap of faith, all of the limiting beliefs will come out in that moment or in the next few weeks. So if you're in the middle of a level up right now, keep going and use these tools to rewire those limiting beliefs. Now, whenever, like I said, whenever you feel bad in your body, we have to take a moment to not only identify the thought that we were just thinking, but to ask, is this actually true? Are my thoughts factual? Or is this just an interpretation of maybe my current circumstances? Am I jumping to negative conclusions, which is what I always used to do? It was always catastrophizing everything that came through and ending up at the worst possible outcome. You can also ask yourself, are there other ways that I could look at this? Or one that really helps me in the moment is, what is the worst that could actually happen? Like today, none of my technology worked. So you guys are getting this amazing recording. But that's the worst that could possibly happen in that moment. And most importantly, does this line of thinking help me feel good or achieve my goals? And oftentimes it doesn't. Now, we can't just snap our fingers and stop thinking this way. It actually takes work. So let's think about personal truths versus universal truths. A universal truth is something like gravity. It works on all of us exactly the same way, regardless of gender, regardless of religious affiliation, regardless of age, regardless of political affiliation. It does not matter. Gravity is going to keep you in your seat with your feet on the ground. Now, a personal truth for you may be that you're poor. It may be that you can't find a good job. It may be that you are feeling overwhelmed or you don't feel like you have the time or the resources to go after that goal. And this is where you have the opportunity to look around and see, is that true for everyone? Or is that true just for you? That way you've determined a limiting belief and it's something that you can work on. Now, for example, your limiting belief or your unhelpful thought may be, I'm not good enough or capable enough to succeed in creating this new position at work. My boss would never, ever approve the promotion. After asking yourself and questioning, is this actually true? Your new thought could be, I have all of the capabilities I need to succeed in everything that I do. I am highly motivated and skilled, and I'm the perfect person for this opportunity. Now, you may have been told your entire life, money can't buy happiness. Now, investigate this thought. Think about the things that bring you joy and what makes you happy. For me personally, traveling and making memories with my family bring me joy and make me happy. Buying nice things, being able to give to the charities that I believe in, being able, like I said, to take care of my parents as they age, saying yes to my daughter when it comes to after school activities or, a new toy, whatever you can think of. Now, a new thought rather than money doesn't bring happiness, money supports my happiness. Now, finally, just another example, I don't have time to invest in myself. I don't have enough resources to help me. I can't do that. The new thought would be, I am in control of my time and I choose to create time for what is most important to me. Now, taking the time in your life and journaling and doing the mindset work to release and rewire any and everything that is giving you a limiting belief is paramount in your success. You must first love yourself, and doing this work is honestly an act of self-love. It helps cultivate confidence, helps you recognize the value that you have to offer those around you, and allows you to see and step into the truest version of yourself. At this point, the decision is truly up to you. You must decide to become completely unavailable for belief systems to run the show that no longer serve where you're going. You may think, what in the world does that mean? It means surrounding you and putting yourself in places with people, with things, and with habits that only push you forward towards your goals and lift you up. Putting yourself in the room with people who stretch you, who push you out of your comfort zone, people who are also looking to grow and do better and be better. These people are not looking to compete with you. Step out of that room and go find people who are your people. They are out there. Rich Litvin talks frequently about an energy audit, and he talks about making a list, column down the middle, two sides. On one side, all of the things in your life, people, places, things, habits, rituals that fill your cup, that fill you with energy and that bring you joy. And on the flip side of that, writing down every single thing that drains you. And then being able to step back objectively and look at that list and systematically remove everything in your life that drains you. I know that may be shocking for you. When I first heard it from a mentor many years ago, I was completely shocked. Many of you may think, I can't leave my spouse, or I'm not going to walk away from my children in this difficult season, or I have bills to pay. It doesn't matter how much my job is sucking my soul. I can't just walk away. First off, I hear you. I 100% hear you. Take a deep breath and step back for just a second. As I started working on leveling up and as I started working on this personal development, what I found was elevating my own energy, elevating my own attitude, elevated the lives of the people around me. My relationship with my spouse improved, my relationship with my kiddo improved, and even the people, places, and things, the interactions around me also improved. Now, that's not true for everyone, and it wasn't true for everyone who I walked in life with. I had family members who sort of fell away. People in places that I don't go to anymore. And this is not at all to point fingers or to create any type of drama or fault. It is focusing solely on you and your belief in yourself and the people, places, and things that will continue to push you forward and move you toward your goals will stick around and continue to push you there. And the people, places, and things that are not meant for you in this season or not meant for you anymore will gradually slip away. And that's okay. I personally have a client right now who told me several weeks ago that she had had a kind of an epiphany over the last week that the people she was surrounding herself with were no longer serving where she was going. And stepping outside of that friend zone or stepping out of that work environment is incredibly scary. It can initially be a lonely place or a place that it's really easy to stay in the comfort zone because you know what's there and you know what to expect, even if it's only mediocre. And I challenge you to be able to sit in those feelings and grieve those relationships, grieve those places that you may be leaving behind. But I also encourage you to take those steps to fly high and find your epic new life because the people, places, and things where you're going will find you. I also want to take a minute, just in case you didn't hear it earlier. I want to be the person to tell you, if someone hasn't told you already, it's okay to want what you want. It's okay to remind yourself daily to stand firm in your beliefs, to chase your dreams, to follow your desires, and take huge quantum leaps to create that epic life. I'm also here to tell you there is no one who is going to do it for you. You must do it yourself. So if you need a new job, if you're looking for better relationships, start working on yourself and those opportunities will come. It's time in this moment to stop making yourself wrong for wanting more for your life, to stop making yourself feel guilty for feeling like you need to justify why you want those things. Free yourself from that today. So, just a real quick review. Become very aware of how you're feeling every minute of every day. My husband laughs because I have fancy pens and journals all over the house to write down thoughts, to write down feelings. And I was not somebody who used to journal. I personally thought it was a bunch of hooey and didn't feel like I needed it. And I grew up. I listened to my mentors. I leveled up in my life. And it has been something to allow me to piece by piece parcel away all of the limiting beliefs that have not served my life. And that's what I'm helping you do today. So become aware. Question, is this true? Is this line of thinking helpful for me for my future? Rewire it to make it a new truth and repeat it over and over and over through writing or visualization or through verbalizing it to yourself as often as you need to until you believe it. Another mentor of mine reminds me often of this quote from Bronnie Ware, who wrote The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. I wish I had had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Now, my hope for you today is that this is the first stepping stone in a line of so many that put you on the path of leading your life, to chase the dreams that you have, to go for the gold that you want to go for, because only you can create your incredible life, the life that is true to you and your authentic self. This is your step to step into whoever that is and stop making yourself wrong for wanting more. We only get one life. What are you going to do with yours? Now, I hope that this was super helpful for you, that it not only gave you some clarity and things that maybe have been keeping you stuck, or maybe you have so many more questions and feel like you have so much more to work on. And that's why I'm here. I would love to make sure that you're following me on social. I give you tips and tricks to help with this. And I would like to also invite you for a free discovery call, which I'll put the link in the email that's going to go out tonight with this recording, because I am currently taking one-on-one private coaching clients, working 12 sessions once a week to focus on releasing limiting beliefs, scarcity mindset, and focused work for you to become the fullest expression of yourself. Thank you for joining me tonight, or whenever you happen to watch this recording, and I hope to see you on the next masterclass. I hope you have a great night.